Hi y'all, sorry about the noise, but the first thing you do is a pot roast to season it. And I've got salt and pepper on it, and I want to put some garlic on it too. And I'm going to add an onion to this after I saute it. So the first thing you do is saute it on both sides. And this has a saute setting, so you want to punch saute in it. I already had it on for a little bit, so the bottom is already kind of, so you can see it started browning. Okay, and I started browning with the, there was a little bit of fat on that side, so I want my fat side down. Then I'm going to flip it. You want to brown it before you do anything, but I'm going to cut up an onion after you get this brown, and I'm going to add some beef broth to mine. A lot of people don't add beef broth, but I do. Now I put mine on my stove, and it's sitting on a pan so that I can do this when I saute. If y'all do have a plug close enough, I just happen to have one really close. It's not an electric stove, that just runs lights and stuff, electronics. The rest is a gas stove. Okay, so we just got it on saute right now. And I cut up an onion, and we're going to be adding beef broth. And I'm going to season the top of this with some garlic, black pepper, and some pink Himalayan salt. Okay, now once that side will be brown, I'm going to turn it back over because see, they got the fat on top. I'm going to turn that back over and put the onions on top and pour some beef broth in there. Whatever brand you want to use. Okay, let's let that saute a little bit. But you take it off the saute, and then we'll put it on about 70 minutes. Let me see. Let's have a okay, we're going to use the meat. We'll use the meat. And then we're going to set it over here for 70 minutes. It just says hot because we're sauteing. Both sides are sauteed. And so the next step is you want to turn this off. You can go over here, right here. It's off. Okay, then you're gonna switch it to. We're gonna use the meat button. It says 85 minutes, so I'm gonna probably reduce that a little bit. Down about, I'd say. Well, I'm going to do 72 minutes. Then you're going to add your onions. You won't eat these onions. This is just for seasoning. Then you're going to add some beef broth. Put as much as you like. I usually put about half of this, which is about 16 ounces. Okay, that's enough broth. That should be fine. That'll help it steam cook. And you're going to put your lid on it because it's already set. The timer, it says on. That means it's heating. Make sure your vent is facing the correct way. You don't want it on the off vent. This little thing right here. When that pops up, they'll be under pressure. Okay, after we cook this 72 minutes, then we're going to let it depressurize itself. We're going to let it rest for about 15 minutes before we open the lid. Before you open the lid, you make sure this is down. It doesn't have to. I mean, you're going to still release the steam before you remove the lid. We'll get back to see what it looks like in about 72 minutes. Alright, it's been 17 minutes. So you want to, okay, let's see if this thing dropped down. Where is it? Where's my finger? Okay. That thing has dropped down. But you want to release. Nothing coming out, so it's time. It's time, so we can open it. Look in there, see what it looks like. See how tender it is. Because you can always run it longer. Because this one felt like a, you ever buy meat and it felt like a ball. Let's take it out. That's how small it cooked down to. Still hadn't bought my tripod. You know, I think I'm going to taste it. But it can go longer. Doesn't feel as tender as I wanted it. I'm going to put that back in there. There's the fat side. I'm actually going to put it back in there. Because it's not as tender as I want it. You know, I don't know if y'all ever bought meat and it just felt like it was really tough. Well, we're going to turn this off. Put it back in there. Okay, and then we're going to hit meat again. And then we're going to do it about 25 more minutes. That sucker still seems to be tough to me. Oh, come on. You mean I got to keep doing this? Okay. Now, I want it a little softer than that. We'll cook it a little longer. Even though that was small, that was a piece of tough meat. Tastes good though. Okay, we'll be back. And we'll let it set 15 minutes after it turns off. This has got to get up to pressure again. So we're going to do it again. Because we want that meat to be able to cut it with a fork, no knife. Hey, bye for now. Oh yeah, it's real tender. I can feel it. Oh, yummy. You can taste it. Oh. That was an onion. So then I'll get a fork. Let's see. And this is going to make some good gravy. Now I take those onions out. We don't need those onions. Let's see. Let's taste it. Oh yeah. That's good. Now I have to make some gravy with this. I'm gonna strain it, get the onion stuff out of it. Oh gosh, that's so good. I could eat the whole thing. That's a small roast. Let's see if the onions taste good. Yeah, it's okay. Oh my gosh. Gotta make some gravy. Okay, bye. That's how the roast turned out. Very good and tender.